Hi again, everybody. All right.
Computers are fun.
Computers, power outages, and all of the fun. It's just our night for technical things, I think. Um, yeah, so animal handling and dexterity.
Yeah, I rolled a 21 to hit their 20.
Yeah, so like with a dexterity, like I'm assuming that's more kind of like you pull it back kind of at the last second, and like the flying monkey kind of
Yeah.
comes up short.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it was planning on swooping, but since I moved it out of its direction, it sort of like tries to follow it and ends up just like diving into me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if that works.
Like, I don't know. I mean, because it had a really good dexterity check. I don't know if it goes like diving into you, but it definitely has to kind of course correct itself.
I'll as it's around me now. I don't know if it's still trying to grab for the walking-it, but I'll offer it the berries.
Yeah, like it'll kind of fly up and I think try to grab some of the berries. Definitely.
It doesn't land though.
It's going to like it might. You know what? I think it would like maybe set down on the ground. Like it's not going to land on you, but like it's going to kind of do that little monkey waddle kind of over to you, and kind of look at your hand that's out and kind of like reach in.
It's probably almost your size.
I'll pick a berry up and I'll feed it to my owl, who I don't know. Maybe I'll set it in front of it. It'll peck at it, and I'll give some of the berries. Not all of them, but some of them to this monkey.
Nice. Yeah. Like I think this monkey will take the berries from you, pretty happily.
And I'm just try and convince it to stick around, basically. I don't know if we want to play that out or do a series of rolls or whatever. But
did you already do an animal handling check? You got a 5.
To get it to, I got a 10.
Yeah.
To get it to notice.
Yeah. Like as long as you're feeding it, this monkey is not going anywhere, right? So like if you keep handing it berries and things, like it's gonna follow you around for a little while.
Okay.
More than anything, like they seem inquisitive, right? That's kind of their deal. A couple of them have flown off, but like there's the one on Aza's shoulder, that's maybe like not just on your shoulder, but it's like now like on top of Aza's head, and like it has no personal boundaries. Like at some point,
she's loving it.
Yeah, like I mean, at some point it's probably gonna like poop and stuff too. Like that's what monkeys do. But I don't know how Aza will handle that. But it is part of the package. But it's not being particularly evil or anything about it. It just happens to be part of it being a monkey. They are currently hanging out with you guys. As long as you aren't doing anything, and as long as you're interesting, they're going to. These two are going to stick around for a little bit.
Nice. Yeah.
She will try to convey the shield guardian and see if she can get kind of any sense of direction out of them.
Yeah, that's a great idea. The monkey, I think, on you is going to kind of. You're going to catch recognition in its demeanor, and it's going to kind of take off and kind of like start swooping, and like it'll keep coming back for you, kind of thing, and start leading you through the jungle.
This one knows where the shield guardian is.
Oh,
what? Just a stupid animal. What are you talking about?
Red has no respect for the monkeys.
No stupider than any of the animals in this party.
I don't have cute fuzzy monkeys in the Underdark,
Oh,
so.
I guess we could. Oh God, did it move where the?
No.
Oh, you just moved the X.
Yeah. I'm trying to grab.
Poor Lord.
There's so many elements on this map.
I guess we should.
This is apparently that night.
I'm hearing Benny Hill music, and we're running around the jungle.
There we go. Done. Close enough. Camp Righteous, whatever. You get back there.
Righteous Mightious.
Righteous smiches.
All right. Yeah, the monkey's gonna lead you. That's the point of all of this.
And the monkey shall lead thee.
And you guys are going to find
We're all gonna
yourself-
die.
Pretty much. That was a great call, Asa. Very good. You guys are going to... Let me pull up, again, all my windows and things closed. So one moment while I pull this up here. You guys are going to come out into an area. Like, there's nothing particularly special about this place that you walk into. There's some rocks and ferns, and just kind of coming around a corner, there's an 8-foot tall statue standing just between all of this just jungle. It's very humanoid in shape, and it's got bronze fists and iron joints and an adamantine breastplate and an iron helm with slits for eyes on it. The rest of the statue is made of sculpted wood, reinforced with bands of rivets and adamantine. And scattered around its feet, you see food and feathers, little colored stones, even a few like little animal skulls, that kind of thing. That's what this thing looks like.
Sounds like something's making an effigy of this.
They're making offerings to it.
Yeah.
Could I make a religion check of some kind?
Sure, you absolutely can.
Would I recognize that goblins are probably scattering things around? Or like some other culture that I'm familiar with?
Are you familiar with goblins?
I am familiar with a lot of things throughout history.
Oh, Volo. Volo would probably have something on goblins. In the
That's
book.
true, but I don't think I'm busting the book out right now.
I was thinking maybe he remembers, oh yes, there was this passage in the book.
I am proficient in history, if that's what you're asking. Or
I was just more asking, like, if you had a character reason to know anything about goblins, particularly.
I fought some recently, and I recognized their iconography, maybe. They did have those tribal masks. Anything similar?
I mean, I will give you a check with disadvantage, because
Sure.
like I don't feel like this is anywhere in your character's wheelhouse of other than just general history.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. A 19. Wow.
Okay, I think between Gallia's religion and your history, goblin seems very probable for this. That there are creatures who have been revering this. Like, everything is very simple, very very crude kind of things. Like, this is obviously not an organized religion. This is just kind of more of a like, there are offerings given here sort of thing.
And I know that the handout said Shield Guardian. Can we tell that's what it is, or?
At this point, I think that based on your previous knowledge, that it would be pretty obvious what this thing is.
Okay.
'Cause
Didn't
you've been hunting for
Wakanga
it.
tell us how to reactivate it with loyalty?
Well, there was an amulet,
Yeah.
but I don't know who has it or if we
Maybe
got
we
it.
can look around. We could look around, or if perhaps.
Where were we supposed to get the amulet? You remember?
We came all the way out here. We don't have the amulet. I lost 2 torches.
We can all see in the dark anyways.
Well, we just figured the amulet was gonna be with it.
Yep, I don't know. I didn't write down any other details. Then an amulet might control the guard. But I don't know if we were given one or
you were
we're supposed
not
to find it.
You were
or...
not given one.
Can I see if the amulet is among the offerings scattered around his feet?
Sure. Would you like to do an investigation check?
Do I need to, or you want me to? Are you asking me to roll?
Well, it depends how thorough you're trying to be.
I mean, I want to see if the amulet's there.
Well,
actually, you know what? Instead, I'm going to do the smart thing. I'm going to send Gramps into the air, and I'm going to make sure there's no goblins in the area.
I say we just consecrate it to Lathander and call it an expedition.
Get your paintbrushes out, Galia.
I mean, Gramps can give me a perception check.
Sure, absolutely.
We got lost in the jungle.
Okay, that's
Well, hey, we know where it is. So.
James, I'm not gonna lie. I've been laughing with you, like knowing this was your destination and knowing you didn't have the amulet heading here.
You got a 23, Lauren. He has advantage on perception checks.
There's nobody within like current visibility of around you.
All right. Then Aragam will be very thorough investigating, see if there's an amulet or some other arcane mech device.
Could I look to see if there's maybe animal track, like if maybe the goblin stole the amulet that was here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can give me survival if you would like to see if you can track anything.
Okay.
Can I construct a sort of like wagon or sled with wheels that we can just put it on and then take it to the Oracle? Just take it with us?
I mean, this thing is massive, but I mean, obviously you could try, I suppose.
Can I maybe just do an intelligence to figure out like what the scope of this project would be?
Trying to figure out what a shield guardian would weigh. Continue.
Do I still have my monkey? Is he still with me?
Yeah, like he would I think he would be like on top of this thing, like kind of proudly, like, ta-da! I found her.
I'll try to ask him if he is.
I think it is feasible to construct a wagon with. I'm going to get started on that.
We have a description of Vorn, right? The person.
Who is Vorn? I'm sorry.
I thought Vorn was the.
Vorn is the shield guardian.
Companion of the Wizard Explorer, whose book we have. Vorn is the shield guardian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if Wakanga told us about the amulet, and didn't give it to us.
Well, there was mention of the amulet, but he said he did not have the amulet.
Okay.
So
that's the part that I don't have in my notes. So we need the wizard companion then. So that's what do we have a description of the wizard companion?
The companion is Vorn. The wizard is the wizard.
Well, if they're companions, then it's a two-way street.
You do not have a particular description of the wizard.
Do we know if he was do we know race, human, elf, anything like that?
He only talked about his adventures in the book. There's not really any description of himself.
Okay. Try to get the message across to the monkey of the person who showed up with the shield guardian.
Okay. He seems mostly confused about this. All right, Aragon, with your investigation, you're seeing lots of little trinkets, lots of and I say trinkets, like not good trinkets, like animal skulls and just crap, like little like little feathers that have been like put together with like mud and maybe like things that at one time were food and are now just kind of like little moldy lumps of meat or whatever.
And just to be clear, that was a 23, not a 15.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, you are not seeing, specifically, you are not seeing the amulet here. Red, with
If
your
they're a
survival
shiny-
check, you do see that there is evidence that there have been goblins, or at least that's what you would assume, of goblins, as well as maybe also like some other creatures that have been here, and you do see a couple of sets of prints that would be large enough for a larger kind of tribe that do head off into the jungle.
Yeah.
What can I roll to fell a tree?
You
God damn.
do you have
Attack.
Mm-hmm.
You have proficiency with your woodworking thing, right?
No, I do not have proficiency.
Okay.
I crystals yet, but I have them.
Like I think it's just going to be, I think it's just time to do it, and then like more of kind of a maybe a survival roll to see how good you are at felling a tree.
Fantastic.
Right? Like assuming you're taking the time.
Well, I'm gonna get
actually,
started.
you know what? Actually, a nature check. I think a nature check is probably a better thing for felling a tree than survive.
Is it?
Well,
Nature's intelligence.
no. Okay, I'll go with survival. I can deal with survival being your check for it. That seems fair.
Well, I mean, I don't know if we're going to have time to do this.
Does the monkey
This is wonderful.
have any ideas? So two things. Are there any remains around the shield guardian that the monkey's aware of?
I mean, only like again, like these little skulls and that kind of stuff that are obviously have been presented to it.
And does he know of any prisoners that the goblins have now or had in the past?
Any prisoners that the goblins had?
People in cages.
You know,
Do we remember?
Mhm.
Sorry, no, finish that.
Okay.
No, that's after.
I don't think that he would. I'm just trying to think through kind of like what yeah, you know what? I think he would know. I think he would kind of get the sense of what you're saying, and like yeah, there have been prisoners in the past with the goblins. I think he would be aware of that. Like as you kind of give a description of that to him.
Do we, from when we read the book of the wizard, do we remember if there were like any other cities or locations or ruins that he was working out of that maybe we could go look at?
To be.
There was not there's not really a whole lot of useful information in the book. Is what I'm remembering. Let me pull up the information on it real quick.
Did you ever look at the last page?
Let's see. There is.
Maybe if the goblin tracks go if the majority of them go north or south, maybe we can go that way to find the remains or the wizard or something.
Well, since we're looking around for them, Red will mention to you that he's noticed some tracks.
Yeah. Okay. So there are in this book. There are like he does talk about his explorations of Chult. This wizard does. And like this tome was brought out of the jungle 15 years ago, so it's been out of circulation for a while. Yeah, I mean, like this wizard would mention a few different things. He would say, like, he would mention a place called Firefinger. He would mention Babala. He would mention Oralunga. He would mention Mesro. He would mention Port Nyanzaru in it, but like all of it is just kind of like general. Like none of them there's no detail about them. It's just names and that kind of thing. And none of it is like none of it is particularly guiding.
Did you say 85 years ago? I thought this thing was out here for 10.
15 years ago. Yeah.
Turn to Quilgoth.
You have a picture of the amulet in the book.
Show it to the monkey.
Going for it.
Yeah, the monkey is going to... I like this monkey. I think he knows things. Let's see. I think that, yeah, this monkey probably would have seen this thing before. He likes shiny objects. I think we're going to go with it. Because, I hate for this to be like a complete...
Because otherwise we're building a wagon.
Yeah. I think this monkey will have seen it, and like he'll kind of give you kind of a nod. Like you've been traveling for a while, and I think he will you'll need to take a rest here, and it'll be the next day before you can get back on the road. But yeah, he's going to keep guiding you through the jungle, and it's going to be a couple of days of travel. So go ahead. I'm going to advance the calendar. And we're going to...
So, wasn't it the plan to begin with because we knew we didn't have the amulet to, come here and investigate? I was never under the impression that we were just going to pick up Vorn and go.
I didn't really get the exposition. I just was kind of going with the party. And when we got here and we couldn't do anything, I just thought it was really... but since we're kind of spending a day here, can we maybe spend a little time trying to restock our rations and stuff, do a little hunting, things like that?
Yeah, I think so. If everybody wants to, Aza, you obviously has rolled your survival, and that's enough to get stuff for you for the couple of next days of travel. If everybody wants to roll, who wants to go hunting or whatever, if you just want to roll a survival check and kind of see how well you do, what we're going to do is 10 is enough for you to get something, 15 is enough to supply you and the rest of your party with some things, and a 20 gives you 2 days of rations. So everybody is finding enough for you have basically found 3 days of rations there.
Great.
Plus, yeah.
Arrogim didn't go food hunting.
Yeah.
Arrogim, everyone ran off to go do stuff. Arrogim just, he played with the monkey a bit and tried to keep it occupied with the weird things around Vorn.
Mm-hmm.
And while he was doing that, he pulls out the book and he starts reading. And he's now, scribing things over to his book.
Okay.
Can I be the first person back to Arrogim, so before the rest of the party comes? And
yeah, I mean, if you've got something you want to do.
You just want to catch me?
Yeah. Wait, I'm gonna do a stealth check to see if he hears me coming. With disadvantage because of my armor. Oh,
Arrogim doesn't notice you.
So she just kind of silently in her heavy chainmail armor, she walks up and she sees the book that Arrogim's reading. It's just like, oh, what are you reading there?
Arrogim
jumps out of his skin,
freezes for a second, and he looks up sheepishly, quill in hand. Oh, golly, I didn't hear you coming. That's really surprising. I thought I was keeping an ear out. It's Volo's book. I kind of grabbed it.
Well, I bet we can use it better than he could.
I mean, I'm not going to say that was literally my exact thought process, but I mean, if you had to draw a comparison, that was literally my exact thought process.
Well...
Also, I hated him, so I stole from him.
Me too! I did not think that he was a very honorable man. I don't think that he really had his relationship with Lathander in the right
So what did Gallia steal from him?
I mean, I don't know about any of that, but he was really annoying, so...
I will help you with whatever I can. I would like to think that I have a very good knowledge of some of the more celestial beings. So if you have any questions on that, I would be glad.
Oh, sure. I mean, you can come and join me in my research whenever you want. I'm only keeping it a secret because I feel like they're going to be upset with me.
Yes, maybe a little, but it is no bother to me because he was an interesting man.
Interesting.
Aragem, now caught, will pack up his things and just put it all away and leave it at that.
Oh, oh no!
Still there?
Oh no!
I'm still here.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
okay.
I managed to hit a button that I think Firefox has different commands, so
Oh no.
I'm still here. All right, so you guys forage for the rest of the day. You rest overnight, and then you're going to spend a couple of days traveling through the jungle. Because you have your monkey guide, you don't have to worry about survival checks. The monkey knows pretty well what to do, so that's good.
So we have 2 monkeys with us now? Because I am happy to...
We do have
Okay.
2 monkeys.
You currently have 2 monkeys.
We almost had 3, but then Vorn had to roll a natural 20.
Oh, man.
I mean,
But you were trying to imprison one. That's a different thing.
Well, I was just gonna shake him a little bit until he dropped my torches.
give us a little bit. Wow.
No, I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was just gonna hold him, and then it was the first thing that was happening. Thought maybe someone would want to grab him.
Azo will watch what these monkeys eat too, just for information about what's safe.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
that's
yeah.
a good smart call. I mean,
Aragem doesn't think about any of that.
they
He's
eat,
just like, oh, I'm fluffy.
yeah, they eat pretty much what you would expect, I think, for a monkey to eat.
So just try to learn to identify the plants.
Yeah,
Any meat?
very little meat for the monkeys.
Do they catch
Bugs.
snakes and stuff? I guess probably something like that. That's probably a little risky though.
Yeah.
If
Honestly-
we're feeding them.
Honestly, I don't actually know what a monkey eats. Other than some weird coffee beans that are expensive to buy once they process them. I mean, bananas. I
survival.
assume bananas, but other than that, I don't know.
Bugs, maybe.
Fruits, berries, nuts.
Yeah, lice. I think they eat lice, right? Because they pick those off of people.
They
Yep.
can keep us clean.
Grubs.
Yeah.
Those survival checks that we did, was that...
That
did
was
you say it was 3 rations each, or just...
yeah,
What do you-
because everybody who rolled the survival over 15 found enough for everybody in the party to have a day's worth of
Oh,
rations, basically.
right.
Oh, so I should have. Listened.
I will give all 3 of mine to Red though, just in case.
Oh, that's very
Ooh.
kind of you.
So you should have 6 total now.
Yes, thank you very much.
Alright, just so I don't reset this again, I'm being extra careful how I move my maps around. So you're going to come through the jungle here for a couple of days, and you'll come out into a very interesting place. Let me describe this to you here real quick. As you come out on this area, it's near a river, and you're going to see that there are goblins moving around here a little bit, and what you see is kind of a weird situation. There's a couple of boats pulled up on the shore here. There are a few little kind of huts dotting the landscape, and what looks kind of like a large lily pad in the middle of this clearing. And guys, this is probably a good place to call it for the evening. And we will figure out what is going on in this strange place with these goblins next time.
Sounds good.
So just something there to whet your appetite just a little bit before we call it for the evening.
I saw a metal cage there.
There were indeed a few things.
Hey, Lauren.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for showing us those flying monkeys.
I'm always happy to bring flying monkeys into it, I think is really what we can say. Everybody, thank you guys for watching tonight. We're going to wrap up the stream here. We'll be back next week, same time, hopefully way less technical issues. Thanks.
Actually, we won't be back next week.
Oh, we won't be
yes,
next
we
week.
won't.
That's right. Next week is Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving weekend. People are traveling. There is stuff going on. So we will be taking a week off.
Oh, we are?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, that's what she meant by the 25th. Okay.
Yeah. So next
I thought she
weekend.
meant Christmas.
Yeah, next weekend, nothing to watch. And we will see you the
Football.
week after.
Next week is the stream Black Friday sale, so there'll be plenty of Twitch to watch, depending on what I pick up cheap.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, check out what T has procured, and we will see you in a couple of weeks back here on Tomb of Annihilation. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we will see you next time. Oh?
Are we doing XP on camera or off camera? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Did
if
we
there
get
is
XP for
really
anything?
I
a
don't
lot
think
of
we
XP
got
this time.
any
Yeah.
X.
You got
Did we get
monkeys. I mean, that should probably be enough.
I mean, I technically attack against a monkey because a grapple is an attack, and then it ran away from me, so I defeated that monkey.
You get 5 XP.
I think the monkey probably gets more XP because it
Yeah.
defeated you.
It got my torches.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it
It
won.
ran away.
It
It
defeated
conceded. It surrendered.
So you lose XP.
Fair enough.
Good night, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Bye.